Hi there, Weston. Hope you're having a great day today. It's your video lesson. Two things I want to talk about. One big thing I want to talk about, and if you have questions at the end or want me to look at anything, have your mom or dad shoot me over a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So let's get to it. So we've been spending our time together so far doing all the open chords. These guys down here, the A, E, D, E minor, C, G, all those chords, and we're going to continue to work on those. But now we're going to start integrating into your playing power chords. I know you did some power chords with your previous teacher, but I have my own certain way of kind of doing things. Every teacher has their own way of doing things, and this is the way that's worked for me. With other teachers, I'm sure they have their own method that works really well for them, but this is, if something's different than what someone else showed you, this is just the way I like to do it. I find it's worked really well with my students over the years, so cool, I'll take you through it. So power chords, rock and roll chord. If I hear a chord in a rock and roll song, say like by Green Day, or like Led Zeppelin or something like that, if I'm hearing chords, good chance that they're going to be power chords. So these are chords we really want to get down. So first thing is, these are called root 6 partial power chords. Partial, don't worry about what that means right now. We'll talk about that when we're synchronized together in our lesson, so that way there's no confusion. So don't worry about that right now, just is the way I categorize them as. So we did before our musical alphabet on root 6. So we have open E, right? And then we have F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and we come up to a B right here. It's on the 7th fret. And what we're going to do is, since this is a fair spot to start on the guitar, is we want to take our first finger right here and do what I call horizontal hand. So I don't want to be turned this way. I see a lot of people trying to do power chords like this right here. It looks uncomfortable to me. I like to do them this way. It looks much more comfortable and much more easier, more better to play on the guitar with. It's easier to move around. So to do that, we need first be in horizontal hand. So we have our knuckles here are horizontal to the fretboard, right? So we're kind of like, just like parallel, you could say. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first finger right here and do what I call the aggressive strum setup. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to be on the tip of my finger. So up until this point, I've been like, get on the tip of your finger. This is where we change that, right? So it's still true for these chords down here, but for these chords, we're not going to be on the tip of the finger so much anymore, at least for the pointer finger. Ring finger's a different story. So I'm going to get that 7th fret, because that's a B right there, right? E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, right? So your musical alphabet, it's coming in handy now, isn't it? We get on the pad of the finger. So what I'm doing here is I am literally taking my finger and I'm getting on the pad of my finger, right about here. I'm going to place that down on the string. And the first thing you want to be able to do is just touch that 6th string right there and just bump into everybody else. You don't want to press down the 5 and down. You just want to touch it with the flesh of your finger right here. So you fret that 6th string with the pad of your finger, with the part right here, right where my pick is, along the line right here, and then all the rest is going to be. I'm going to mute that, so I'm going to lean my first. I'm not going to do this, right? Because I don't want to be on the tip of my finger for this. I want to be on the pad of my finger, and you're just going to let your finger just rest on the strings. The only one you're pressing down on is that 6th string right there, hence root 6, right? Home base 6. And I'm going to strum through. It's going to sound like this. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want right there. We don't want this. We're not looking for that. We're not trying to press down yet. That's a ways away. We've got many more steps to do before we get to that point. So we have this pad right here. The 6th string should ring out like that. The 5th string should sound like this. Thud. Here they're all deadened. They're all muted. We don't want them to ring out, right? That's what those X's mean on that chart over there. So we have this, from this angle here. I'm placing my finger on the fretboard, and on the 6th string, I'm pressing that one down, right? I'm not pressing very hard either. And I'm just lightly touching the rest of them. It's going to sound like this. That's the aggressive strum, because if I'm going to play, right, like Dave Grohl or something like that, that's how I want to play. On the pad of the finger, and I'll talk about fish hook later on. This part right here is not fish hook too much. It happens when you get down here, so we'll talk about that later. So we have this, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your ring finger, and you're gonna this one you're gonna be on the tip of the finger of. So this one's gonna be on the tip of the finger. You're gonna be on the 9th fret right here on the 5th string. Right. So I got my aggressive strum right here. I take my ring finger and place it on the 9th fret, 7, 8, 9 on the 5th string, 6, 5. There she is. Tall ring finger. We don't want this right here. We want a tall ring finger. What I want you to do is do that a couple of times. Set that up one finger at a time, and then see if you can bring your hand up to the strings. So that's the way I like to set up a power chord. I've written the diagram out for this chord, B5. You can see right here, I've written B5. B because it's root 5, because the home bass note is found on the 6th string of the guitar. That's why I call it B5. No mystical reason. There's a logical reason why they're called what they are. And it has to do, the letter name has to do with where the first finger is. If I had played that chord right here on the 5th fret, I would have called it A5, right? G sharp 5, G5. So now, if you think about it, you actually know a dozen new chords going up the fretboard. Cool, huh? There's even more than that, as you'll see as we kind of go along through this whole thing. So I'm here at my power chord, my root 6, root 6, B5 power chord. Now, why is it called 5? There's a theory reason as to why. It's super boring for right now, because there's a couple other things we need to understand before we start talking about things like that. Just understand that all power chords, chords like this, are all given the ending 5. So the letter name is from the first finger, and having this shape on here is just called 5. There's a reason for it. Don't stress about it right now. I promise we'll talk about that. It's a little bit... it'd be like TMI, a little bit too much information for us right now. We'll talk about it later on, though, I promise. You'll understand this whole thing by the time you're done. And so you have a B5 right there. Like I said, practice taking it off and putting it on. Remember to keep that horizontal hand. You don't want to be doing business like this. Otherwise, it sounds like that. It sounds awful. We don't want that. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? You might have to spend a couple of days practicing getting the chord on and off. Just the same way that you had to learn your open chords and how it took time to get them in place, from place to place, and your note reading, how you had to learn how to take your finger up and down like this, it is no different. The only people who were not able to do this are people who quit, right? I've never had anybody in my entire existence of teaching guitar who practiced, who didn't, and who stuck with it. Everyone gets it. Everyone gets it at some point. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you'll get it. So if the first couple of tries aren't to your liking, well, guess what? Same thing here too. I had to learn this myself. And look at me now, right? Hey. So we have on the 7th fret right here, and that's what this 7 means in this chord diagram right here. So that 7 circled, that means that the chord is formed on the 7th fret, right? And it's called B5. So this is on the 7th fret. If this number was a 5, it would be on the 5th fret. If this number was a 4, it would be on the 4th fret, and so on and so forth. Nothing mystical about it. Right? Straight ahead. So what you're going to do is the next song we're going to do, and I'll check Three Little Birds next time. I think I gave you all the pieces, but I wanted to give you something a little bit new today since it's been a couple of weeks. What we're going to do for this one is the chorus for Jumpin' Jack Flash. This is the live version off Get Your Ya-Ya's, I think. Yeah, it's the live version of the song. I think the recorded version is in a different tuning, so don't try that one. Listen to the live version. If you fast forward about 35 seconds in, that's when the song actually kicks in. So, great Rolling Stones song. Classic rock band. Oh, whoops, I made a mistake. It should be A to an E. Oops, my bad. There we go. Easy fix. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to an A chord. Down, 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 up, and then you're going to switch to an E chord. Down, 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 up, and then you're going to go to that B5 power chord. Down, down, up, down, 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 down. So one more time, it looks like this. E, A, look at that. A chord, A, down, 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 up. You're going to switch to that E chord. Down, 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 up. Then you're going to switch over here to the B5. Down, 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 down. Now don't try to make a Herculean jump yet, super fast. Eventually the song will sound like this. Oops. That's it. Right? And that's the main riff of the song with that next time. So what you're gonna do, A, down, 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 up, E, down, 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 up. And then what you do is as you switch to the power chord, you're gonna go horizontal hand and you're gonna drop the thumb. Come, thing's gonna be on my tombstone once we drop the thumb. I say it every day. So like this right here. And then as I switch to the B5 power chord, notice what my thumb does. It drops and my hand goes horizontal. So it's not this, you're not trying to shoehorn it in like this right here. You gotta go here, drop that thumb, and then into position. From the front side, I'm dropping the thumb, I'm going horizontal, and I drop the chord in position. Awesome, man. So work on those two things for me right there. Like I said, the power chord's a big topic. It's the beginning of the power chord chapter in this whole thing. We're gonna spend a lot of time doing power chords in this first section right here. So we're just gonna keep on, we're gonna have a ton of songs that we do with this, so you're gonna be very comfortable with them by the time we're done with them. Like I said, you gotta do your first power chord song, and this is a good one to do. So, all right, like I said, if any questions, have your mom or dad shoot me over a message. If not, I will see you on video chat on Zoom next time. Take care, bud.